last week everybody's like, "There's no sound to your video. There's no sound." Like it's like a minute in. You gotta let it play through. So they were people stopped watching.
They can hear us now. Right now they can't see us. Right now they're looking at the Mojo spinning logo and the off track spinning logo and
hi Gilly. Hi my Gilly girl.
Chris, I might add, is freaking amazing.
Well, he's that guy, so that's what he does. Yeah. Okay.
All right, we got
Are we up on the off track page as well?
Yep. I found a thing in Facebook that allows me to cross post a video from one feed. So I out to Mojo 50 and cross posted to Liberty Tree and Off Track.
Very nice. And the YouTube.
Oh, yep, and the YouTube.
Look at you.
10 seconds.
You're gonna get a raise.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna come in hot.
I am amazing.
That's
right. And now I want to raise.
Welcome into Off Track. Do you have your original sound on? Everything just cut out. Okay. It's all me. I'm sure it's all me. Guys, you know what? I had no intention on being here this evening. I wanted to. And I thought, you know what? I got to go to work, blah, blah, blah. It's been a long, fun day. It's been a very long, fun day. I was able to spend actually most of the weekend out on the water with some good friends of mine. And thank you to Bruce and Beth for having myself and my son out on the boat. But I'll tell you what, as the day ended, let's just say life happens. Moods change occasionally. And I got a message, asked me if I was going to be able to do the show. And I sat there for a minute and thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I really need to. I need to have that break, that while to relax.
That mindless 2 hours of your life.
Pretty much. And I gotta say, it's because of the three of you, my brothers and my sister Melissa, and of course all the listeners out there. And I know that I'm going to speak for the other three here because I know they agree with me. We put our pants on just like you guys. Your pants might be a little shorter than mine. Fine, whatever.
Oh, this was the episode where we're supposed to wear pants?
No, I don't have. Look,
Go home, Rusty.
Look, I do not have pants on again. You can see my knee.
Yeah,
and my weenus.
Are you wearing somebody else's underpants?
My weenus is hanging out again. But anyway, underpants.
Right.
Those.
Are you wearing somebody else's underpants?
Yeah. Anyway, no. So on a serious note, we do this show not only because of we love what we do, but you know what? After a week, we need a break, and this is kind of an outlet for the four of us, and we really enjoy cutting loose with all of you guys, all the listeners, and you know what? You guys are our friends. Actually, we talked to a number of you throughout the week as well. So here, yeah, I know I'm getting sappy, but damn it, I mean it. And I know the other three feel the same. So with that, how the hell is everybody? Ladies first, Miss Melissa.
Doing great. It's a happy Sunday and it's hot in Mississippi.
But
I'm back home now. So.
And it's great to see you in studio again.
Yeah. Yeah. My studio missed me. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah. What you drinking over there? Hot toddy.
Well, I have water. I have iced APR coffee and I have a beer.
Wow.
I like to drink.
I have a water because I'm dehydrated.
My cat cooler.
Right. Your cat cooler from catcoolers.com.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty, what are you drinking? I mean, how's your day? Whatever. Just say something. Throwing you under the bus. You're muted, Leroy. You're muted, Leroy. Hey, you're muted.
Sorry. We didn't do anything today, but lay around the house. It was miserable outside, like 95. And humidity, I don't know. It was horrible. It started cooling off. We went out and grabbed some burgers. We
sounds good.
We haven't done anything. I still don't have any internet. This is not a background of anything. This is actually, I'm in my freaking vehicle because I don't know, internet issues that I hope will be fixed tomorrow.
Life happens, but here you still showed up a lot more than I have lately to do the show. And props to you, bro.
And I'm drinking Coke Zero.
Oh my gosh, you're hitting the hard stuff there, Rusty.
Yeah, because I kind of made a little promise to myself, and that if I had some good news happen, that I would not drink for a little while, and that's what I'm doing. So
I don't know what your good news was, but I'm happy for you, whatever that may be. So awesome, Chris.
The good news would be mine, and Rusty said a prayer that we would get that good news, and he promised God that he would not drink for a week if it happened. So he's a man of his word, and he's not going to drink for a week because we got some reasonable news this last week.
Very cool too. Let me tell you.
There's been some things in my life that have been rather challenging, just like everybody else. Nobody's got the life that's perfect. I had some trouble last November. We talked about that back in January when I first rejoined you guys, and we've been through the sentencing phase, and I'm going to be on probation for a while, and my probation officer indicates that she doesn't see me as a risk, and that if everything goes smoothly, I might not necessarily have to serve out the entire thing. We'll see.
That's the shit right there, folks.
Another part of the sentencing, though, was 90 days in jail. And I was very concerned about that, and I've been really stressed about it for a long time. And I found this last week that they're gonna let me serve at least on a week-to-week basis while the COVID thing is still going around. The first good thing COVID's done for us. I get to serve my jail term from home with an ankle bracelet on. So I'm happy about that. That
awesome news.
Was a big load off my shoulders.
Oh,
and on your ankle. I mean, hey, but hey, in Alabama, look, that's like a fashion statement, like.
Chris has to visit Alabama so he can be in style now.
That's correct.
I'm afraid if I wear mine to Alabama, though, I'm going to be in trouble, and they're going to throw me in the Hooskow.
Well, there's that. So
yeah.
I got to tell you, this is off track. This is not a show that we haven't done for so long. My job doesn't allow me to do it, at least on Thursdays like we used to do the Life in Progress. I don't know. Maybe we can revisit that sometime. I'm trying to get Melissa to start that up. But anyway, you know what? Sometimes we still talk about life on here because we need to, and just let everyone know, hey, we're still human.
We still got some dick jokes for you.
Chris
Don't worry.
taught me the skills. If I want to start it up again, I can. Chris taught me.
There's that. I know there's some other folks out there who would probably enjoy doing the show as well. So yeah, maybe you guys can do that when I'm gone, or maybe I can. We could do it maybe sometime on a Saturday occasionally. I don't have to be.
It doesn't have to be on a Thursday when you guys
without me.
We can always record it too. I mean,
it
doesn't have to be live, but I do like the audience interaction though.
Right. Yeah, and it's much appreciated too. So.
But people can still send in questions, concerns, any life, anything they want to talk about life at lifeinprogressradio@gmail.com. That's still an active email address, and I check it often. It's on my Gmail, so
Very nice.
Send us some of your questions.
So it's like a Dear Mississippi?
Yeah, something like that. Dear Melissa Abby Sippy.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is. All right, guys. So maybe enough sappiness.
Yeah, you got some upbeat stuff, maybe?
let me just read this here, because
if you don't got some upbeat stuff, we're gonna do something like this.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
What? I don't know that guy. Okay. Just grab him in the biscuit. What? Hey, no one should be having huge parties right now. You know that, right? I mean, because COVID and stuff, right? But this isn't how to help the police. You don't help the police by not having big parties, right?
Right.
I'm not following. What are you doing?
Okay, well, cops went to break up a loud party last week.
Was it at your house?
No.
Oh.
Wearing masks.
No, it was in Michigan. So I think it was at Timmy or Brian, one of them guys.
Oh.
Yeah, and the party's host neighbor decided to help by getting drunk and coming out on his porch with his... Okay, guess. Rusty, what's your first guess? What does the neighbor come out on his porch with?
His baseball bat.
Oh, wait, what did Melissa just do here? What is that? Oh, she's got it down. It was, in fact, a shotgun.
12 gauge?
The cops ordered him to drop it. He eventually gave himself up. And, but I don't understand. This is a really short daily, dumbass. You don't call. It sounds like the neighbor called on his, he called because there's this loud party. The cops come to break up the party, and the guy who called the cops comes out with a shotgun on his porch. You're an idiot. You're not the one in trouble. Why are you bringing the gun out when the cops show up?
Oh my God.
I guarantee you these words were spoken. But I called you guys. I called you guys. It was me that called it. I'm just helping. Yeah.
What a douche.
Yeah, pretty much.
We need to do the douchebag awards.
Right. Yeah.
Start that back up.
That's the old Pat Gray. Was he 99% douchebag? Right.
Yep.
A crazy home invasion story out of Pennsylvania, which I have to go to tomorrow. Yay. Sorry, Beaver. I can't come visit you. I
didn't visit anybody in Pennsylvania, and then I got texts the next day after the show, and I'm like, damn it, I should have said something.
Yeah.
And I was actually in the vicinity of our guest last week, so.
Oh, yeah. I'll be headed to Greencastle tomorrow, so. A woman caught a stranger in one of her spare bedrooms when she got home.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Melissa, have you ever caught that guy in your spare bedroom? That guy who I think he intruded for like a week.
I think it's 2.
Oh, right. There's Rusty, and yeah, but he had a female with him, his partner, his wife, his better half. Anyway, yeah, she caught a stranger in one of her spare bedrooms. He was sitting in the room drinking a Gatorade from her refrigerator, mind you, holding her fedora hat. What? Rusty's already shaking his head. You walk into your bedroom, you find some guy drinking your Gatorade, holding your fedora hat. I'm not sure where this is going. Is he going to start breaking out the moonwalk and being hydrated? I don't know. He was so drunk that he fell over when she told him to leave. When he was being arrested, he asked her if he could at least keep her fedora hat.
So he was hammered and he was trying to be responsible. He was taking the Gatorade and rehydrating himself and sitting quietly instead of causing trouble.
Right. I mean,
yeah, because
I'm not saying that I can condone this, but I do understand.
Yeah,
the answer was a strong hell no and hey, dumbass.
Well, yeah.
Crime doesn't come with a consolation prize.
The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
That's right.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So we are a little ahead of schedule here. But Melissa, you know what? It's this. what do we call this? A new science segment?
Oh, wait. From your dumbass, Bird Banger wants to know if he was naked in the spare room.
Maybe that's the only thing he was wearing. Well, he said holding her fedora hat. My question would be,
but you've seen
what's he holding that fedora hat with?
Right.
Oh, we're getting echo here.
Also, why was he naked?
Huh? Am I getting echoed?
Bird Banger wants to know why he was naked.
We're getting feedback, Chris.
Is that for me?
I'm not hearing.
No, we're not anymore. We've got it. It's good now. Yeah, I don't know if he was naked. Maybe he was wearing the Gatorade bottle.
Oh no! Then he'd have to go to the ER. Vanessa, did you ever see something like that?
She's actually watching too.
She is.
I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah. Marina Cottage Soap Company. Just letting you know. MarinaCottage.com. Go check that out. No, I don't know. He may have been naked. Maybe he was fully dressed.
He didn't say he was holding the fedora with his hands.
Vanessa says yes, she has seen things like this.
All right, before we get into the STEM, which is science and technology, blah, blah, blahs.
I called it's science, bitches.
Right, science, bitches. This is the off-track version of science. Anyway, before we get there, Donna Ray Ivy, yes. She wants me to know that those ankle bracelets, that's just a fashion statement in Alabama.
Yeah.
Did Rusty say that?
And apparently Todd is very disappointed with the beginning of our show because he is that one guy.
Well, I thought everybody was disappointed with our show every week. That's why we do it, to disappoint. We're just,
and we never fail to disappoint.
Right. See, we are consistent, and we set the status quo.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. We're good at this.
Look, you can't get off track without having a shit show. So
we do have some hard news later on in the show, though. When we bring in Dave Matthews, we're going to discuss Brad Staggs and Ron Phillips being time travelers.
Yeah,
So for anybody who doesn't know who Dave Matthews is, we're not referring to the singer. Actually, we love this guy. I think he is a lot more talented than Dave Matthews, the singer. Dave Matthews is the owner and the brain behind American Pride Roasters. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
And that's right. Because you know what? I have a new place. I need to get a new order of Burr Hamilton. And you know what? Here's my problem. I should make sure my coffee maker works because I got the old one. I bought the last one. Someone else kept it. Just saying. What gives? This is throwing under the bus here.
I just bought a new. I already have a French press, but I bought. Excuse me. Woo! I just bought a new one, a new French press. So I'm really looking forward to that. That way, never mind. I'll talk about that when Dave comes on because he's one of my favorite guests of all time. I mean, last time we had him on the show, I mean, the content was awesome and it was so fun. But Rusty, do you remember? Do you and Sean remember the last time we had Dave Matthews on? Did you guys have like anxiety, heart attacks? Remember?
Chris?
Yeah, Rusty almost had a heart attack. I swear, Rusty was almost dead.
Yeah.
It was so fun. We had to do it twice.
Yeah, right. I'll throw ourselves under the bus here. We weren't live at that time. We were pre-recorded. And do we remember why? What happened? It didn't record. Was it my speaker or something?
It was
didn't
only
record
you,
anybody but you.
Voice on the whole thing.
Oh, right.
It only recorded you
with my system. That's right. I was jacked up. I screwed it up. I will say that. But we were so afraid that because when you try to recreate the mood that you just finished doing hours ago, it's always a failure. But let me tell you, we still had so much content to run down that we didn't get to with DM in the first 2 hours that we did the show. I think it was better than the first 2 hours. And I really wish we had both. I would have put them both out there, right?
Right.
Now, if he doesn't have anything to say tonight, I said it. I said 4 hours worth of shit last time I was on your show. What do you guys want me to do now?
And I really hope Vanessa stays for the second part of the show because one of the things that I loved about APR besides their coffee and coffee drops was I also liked their soap. And I don't think they do that soap anymore because his soap maker is unable to continue that. But we know a soap lady who does a damn good job of doing that stuff.
Right.
Real quick, Leslie over there on the Facebook, she says, I love my whole coffee beans. The coffee is so much better grinding my own.
Yep. I bought a
as
grinder.
long as I don't know the guy you're grinding with, Leslie, but it's always fun to grind with your coffee with somebody, right?
Leslie is grinding. You know what I have to say about Leslie? I've never met her, but she is from just the
Minnesota.
I know she's from Minnesota. And just from the social media aspect, and I know social media is fake, but I just get like she is the kindest, most generous person and really fun to hang out. But I have this feeling she's not somebody I would ever want to piss off.
Don't walk on Leslie.
Yeah,
no, she's very tiny, but I believe would probably be real vicious if you made her mad.
Yeah.
I heard she has claws.
Mad respect.
And she says, yes, Sean, that would be my husband. Well, I know. I just call him that one guy or some guy or whatever. Maybe we'll meet him someday too.
I'm sorry, I screwed up Donna Ray Ivy's Facebook comment about the ankle bracelets. She said we put Trump stickers on those in Alabama.
Ooh. Fashion statement for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I can personalize that for you, Chris.
Going back to Leslie grinding the coffee. So does she buy? Because I'm pretty sure you can buy American Pride roasters not ground, right?
No, it's whole bean. You can buy whole bean.
Absolutely.
Yesterday, just for that purpose, I've noticed. I got to talk about coffee later. You're getting all the coffee talk out of me now.
So
take my coffee talk for later.
you got a few minutes. Do you want to do this? You want to do science bitches now or later?
Science bitches. I can do it now.
Science bitches. I need a sounder for that.
I was originally going to give it to Rusty because I think his delivery is a lot better than mine. But so in this science segment, I'm going to talk about. You might be familiar with this when it comes to Finding Dory. I want to talk about the anglerfish. And I just discovered this, their mating ritual with the anglerfish. Whoa. And I think feminists would probably really get a kick out of this.
How's that?
Well, their mating ritual is really difficult in the anglerfish world to mate. If you ever saw Finding Dory, you would see how ugly they are. But the only thing that gets them laid is they have this light, little antenna light. It glows and that's how they attract their mate. But it's still really difficult because they live like in the bowels of the ocean. But when they mate, I'm going to read directly from Wired here. Once the male closes in, he bites onto the female, usually her belly. Their tissue fuses together permanently, and they join in an unholy matrimony. They become one for the rest of their lives.
Wait, so they literally have to swim around with each other? Are they opposed?
Yes, they fuse, and the female absorbs a little bit of the body, and I think the fins just melt away, kind of.
She's pulling him along through life.
Yes, and he sucks all of her blood and her nutrients out of her for the rest of their lives.
Feminists are going to love this because that's how they think males are. Right? Just suck the blood out of me and I got to drag your ass all over this freaking world.
It's true. Now they don't have to wonder. Then they got to go to Aquarium Walmart with them, Aquarium TJ Maxx, and hold their purse.
Coach Purse, what?
Yeah, the male anglerfish.
Vanessa, typically, I think she meant typical man, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think their fins atrophy, but their sperm balls don't.
I'm sorry, what?
Their fins eventually atrophy because they don't need the fins because the wife is doing all the driving.
You're saying she's
just
doing
hanging
all
around.
The hard work?
So these fish run into things is what you're telling me because it's dark and they can't see things and they let the woman drive.
You know, this is like an unparalleled universe. It's totally crazy. So, but of course he keeps the sperm balls.
Wait. No, I think she has them in her purse.
I think that's where it is. Yeah.
So
you got to be careful. My son just walked in. Get out of here. I got to say something. You got to go.
the love story between the two goes like this. Boy meets girl, boy bites girl, boy's mouth fuses to girl's body, boy lives rest of life attached to girl, sharing her blood and supplying her with sperm. The love tale is old as time.
See, Rusty brings it. This is why I wanted Rusty to do the story.
Guy never has any freedom.
But be careful when you want to get laid. You got to be careful what you wish for.
All right, guys. That wraps up the first shit show. First half. We'll see you guys on the other side. Off track. So I'm gonna ask Chris.
Kim just made a good point. She said feminists don't allow their mates to keep their balls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Chris, I gotta ask. So it seems like it's your audio is cutting out, like even your mic.
Well, mine is?
Like it's like they're walking over you and your music. So I'm assuming, I know we're going out live. Fine, I would assume. And if not, someone will tell us.
I've checked all the feeds. It sounds like we're just fine. In fact,
like if Melissa talks, when you talk, she drowned you out on my end.
Huh.
Which is unusual.
Hold on.
You're muted, Melissa.
Well, I've been taking lessons from the anglerfish.
I can add a little gain to my microphone. Am I too quiet?
I don't know. Melissa, when you say
anglerfish. What about an anglerfish?
Everybody says it sounds good. Not everybody. John says it. So I guess John's everybody. So
no. As long as the audience can hear you, that's all that matters. I don't need to hear you guys. I like that story though, Melissa. I mean that. And I know sorry. I have noises going on.
Are there ghosts?
Huh?
You have ghosts?
Maybe. If I do, that's kind of. Oh, that reminds me. I want to.
You scared me.
My friend sent me a place.
I have national days and all that.
Yeah, and we still have the prognostications of one leprechaun.
Hey, how about I send this to you, Chris?
Okay.
10,
coming in hot. Welcome back into Off Track. You know what? I like that segment. Science, bitches. It's science. I think we should.
Yeah, we can make it a weekly thing if people want to.
Yeah, we're going to need a sounder for it, too.
Oh, I can get
science,
one.
bitches!
Isn't that, what was that movie? What movie was that from?
It wasn't a movie. It was from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
All right.
And they
said,
how
do I know it? I've never watched Breaking Bad.
Because there was a lot of memes and a lot of people are talking about it.
Yeah, very possible. Very possible. Rusty has what did you say you had to do? Your days. I'm sorry, you're not prepared?
The daily stuff.
Because
we could rock out the prognostications while he's getting ready.
Well, I thought he was ready.
Okay, I can do something real quick.
Go.
Give me something real quick. So you know how I'm working on merch and there was a 2-week time where I wasn't working on it because I was on the road. So what do you guys think about, instead of doing a regular beer koozie? I mean, I'm going to do shirts and other crap like that, but what do you guys think about this? I've been using this for about 2 weeks, and this is a beer koozie that holds a beer. It could also hold a bottle, but it can also hold like your average coffee cup, not a cat cooler. Cat cooler, you don't need no protection. They protect themselves. But if you have like a small travel mug, of coffee. It fits most travel mugs, so you don't burn your hands. And for you beer snobs, Sean, pint glass, and they're really good for pint glasses too. They don't have to be green. I just like green.
Does it have a bottom on
it?
Is there a bottom on that? I can't see. Or is it just cylinder? Okay.
No, so, that way you can. That way,
so I can just tell people I knocked the bottom out of it, or what?
Yes, and I was worried about knocking the bottom out of it, but because the beer can, I thought it would go right through, but it doesn't.
You are fake news.
There's like a little like shelf. I can't explain it underneath it, so the bottles don't go through it.
It looks like neoprene, like wetsuit material from here.
It is.
Is that green though? This
is mine. Yeah, no, I bought assorted colors.
Assorted? You've been in New England too long, lady. Assorted. I'm gonna throw you right out there. Hit by the train.
All right, chili coochie. But I have different colors: white, black, blue, whatever. I'll probably do a white or black one because I can subliminate on this, and I'll wipe it, don't worry. And
does that take two hands to subliminate yourself?
Yes, it does.
Asking for spent too much time over on that Hub website.
What do you consider too much?
I don't actually.
Oh, okay.
Too much is a whole lot better than nothing at all.
Now I know why you don't want anybody to refer to you as Whiskey Six anymore. I saw that video.
You saw that. Hey, I can't help it.
Five, ain't it? So like real whiskey 5 1/4.
No.
What happened to whiskey 1
Wait, I don't. Rusty, that's Did you watch Rusty?
What?
Please tell me no.
No, I'd never. No.
Thank
Rusty's always on the top picks or the recommended.
But see, Melissa didn't make it all the way to the bottom, or to the. I said the bottom. Whoa,
what?
She didn't make it all the way to the end of the video because she was already there.
Yeah. High five. Well.
Science, bitches. Yeah, we're gonna
science, bitch. Cheers.
Yeah, sorry, Rusty. Go ahead with your days.
Today is National Book Lovers Day.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, you love a book? Read it.
Go ahead.
Hey, I read our guest last week. I read his book. It was pretty good.
You already have it?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Man. She is on top of things. It is National Rice Pudding Day. I like
love
it.
me some rice pudding.
No.
Yes, with raisins. What? What? You gonna argue that?
Yeah, but
am I a loner here? All right,
I could call you a lot of things.
Well,
loner.
I would let you call me that. Being you are who you are, but stuff and things. So.
Stuff and things.
Right.
Still
National Veep Day.
What?
VEEP, which I guess means VP. I don't know.
National Vice? It's either Vice President or Julia Dreyfus's show on HBO called Veep. So,
I have no idea.
Right, and it is National Spirit of 45 Day, which is it is observed on the second weekend in August, coinciding with the anniversary of August 14th, 1945. That was the day President Truman announced the most destructive war in human history was over, and spontaneous celebrations broke out around the world.
So now I know why they call it 1945 and not VJ Day.
Whoa. Dan Jackson says rice pudding looks like something that was ejected. I don't agree. I think most people would say it looks like maggots.
So was that VJ Day or BJ Day? Did I miss something?
J Day. Oh. And actually Rhode Island is one of the few states that observe it, like Monday off type of holiday.
VJ Day.
VJ.
Nice.
I thought it was VE Day. Oh no, victory over
Europe. Yeah, victory over Japan.
No, Rusty, I thought you meant VD Day. Do you?
No, that's completely different.
That coincides with Ointment Day.
That's the Rusty. Are you saying you don't have the gonorrhea herpes?
No, I'm clean.
So you cured it.
Well, can't answer that.
You see, this is the Brad Staggs, Ron Phillips moment. Rusty, are you saying you cured your gonorrhea herpes?
John said Vijay Day sounds good too.
Vijay Day.
Vijay Day.
Wait, is it VJ Day? This is too many.
It's victory over Japan. But Rusty, what did you call it? 1945. What?
The Spirit of 45 Day.
Okay.
Hey, Dan.
We're gonna do that.
Observed the second week of August. Second, yeah. But it was originally done on August 14th, 1945. But whatever. So some.
Sorry, I'm yawning. I am whooped.
Yeah, we heard that.
On this day,
no, not anymore. Oh.
The B-29 bomber boxcar drops the second atomic bomb on
Hiroshima.
No.
Nagasaki.
Yes, that's the second one, Nagasaki.
I used to drive one of those.
I was just saying, I had a whole bottle of that this morning for breakfast. Nagasaki. It's not Chosaki.
I think you're confusing that one.
Wait, it's not Chosaki. It's my sake. Nagasaki.
On this day, 1969, Charles Manson followers kill actress Sharon Tate and 3 guests in her Beverly Hills.
Helter Skelter.
You just want people to die.
Hey, before I forget, August 9th, 1985, my first niece was born. Happy birthday, Cassie.
Happy birthday, Cass.
Happy birthday.
I'm sure she won't hear this, so.
Oh.
Stuff.
Hard no.
She probably likes more intellectual shows.
No.
Because she's smart.
She needs to go somewhere else. She needs to go find Andrew Coppins.
But we did science, bitches.
True.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Who was our most clumsiest president? Anybody know?
Woodrow Wilson was an idiot. Oh, not that kind of clumsy?
Martin Van Buren.
Falling down all the time.
Oh, wait. Franklin Pierce. He was a drunk. I can say that. I'm related to him. Am I right?
No.
Oh.
No. I guess it's arguably a fact. On this day, 1974, Gerald Ford sworn in as President of the United States after the resignation of Nixon. Yeah, they've got pictures of Ford just falling all over the place, downstairs, over chairs.
Well, that was probably drunk too. I mean, there is the Ford Clinic.
Betty
Ford.
Oh, Betty Ford. Oh, wrong Ford.
You know what? Betty drunk.
Betty was drunk.
Yeah, it took him in the Ford to the clinic.
Betty want methadone.
Yeah, he took it in the Ford.
Yeah.
Tam got that right before.
Here's exciting news. On this day, 1979, a landmark day, England's first major nude beach established at the seaside resort of Brighton.
England?
Yes.
Naked British people? Really?
So, okay. I got to say.
How pasty.
I'm thinking a nude beach in England is going to be just as bland as their food.
And they're, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm being racist or
how many teeth are going to be on a nude beach in England? If they are, they're all crooked and stuff.
Oh, no.
Crooked teeth lives matter. I got some too.
No, they don't.
Hey, I can't talk about people with bad teeth.
Sorry.
Yeah, me neither.
Got any.
Well, you don't have to worry about it. Yours are perfect.
Right.
Yeah, you do. You have a perfect jawline.
Pretty mouth and stuff.
He does have a pretty mouth, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
The 25th Olympic Summer Games closes in Barcelona, Spain on this day, 1992. I don't know why. Who cares? Let's see. Who was born today?
That one guy.
Yeah.
Cassie. Cassie was born today. She was actually really young when she was born. I don't know if you knew that.
She was 9 months old when she was born.
Well, that's pretty damn young, right? I mean, I was born super young.
Yeah, I was too.
Me too. That's a weird thing.
You can't all be as young as I was when I was born.
I think we can.
Let's hope we're a lot older when we die.
Right.
1957, Melanie Griffith was born.
Oh.
Working girl, milk money.
77?
57.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry, I'm messing with this because it's broken. I need a new.
This thing keeps resetting.
I'm horrible with it.
On this day, 1968, Gillian Anderson, The X-Files. She was born today.
What year?
1968.
So she's 52 today.
Your favorite TV journalist and anchor, but not mine, Chris Cuomo, born on this day, 1970.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to throw an F-bomb right to Chris. I just about did. Anyway.
I went over the Governor Cuomo Bridge a couple of times.
You know, really, I was having this discussion the other day. There are no such things as journalists anymore. And I mean, for us, it's common knowledge. They're not journalists. Just because you're on the news, you're not a journalist. You're a commentator. You're giving an opinion, period. No one just gives the freaking news anymore.
But they would like us to believe that it's the news.
And we're no different. He's a
we're not anywhere close to a journalist. I don't think anybody has ever accused us of that.
No. Well, did you go to journalism school?
No.
I went to opinion school.
Doc Thompson School of Opinions.
That's what she said, Melissa Sippy. She throws it out there, and
I went to FU.
When you went to F her, did she tell you no and smack you in the face?
Fruithurst University.
Scully. Yeah, Leslie. Finally, someone is older than me. What do you? Oh, okay, Leslie.
I want to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Propaganda.
That's all I got. I got nothing else.
All right. Well,
prognostications, anyone?
Yes, please. You're on it.
Good evening, Mojo 50. Here are your astrological prognostications. Aquarius, you'll fiercely agree with what is happening around you. Pisces, you'll absorb some enthusiasm. Aries, you will do what you need to do to attract what you most desire. Taurus, the ones who are lying around and having a good old time are either doing it right or very wrong. Gemini, the way people treat one another when they are in public versus in private will be two different things. Cancer, not all fantasy is escape. Sometimes it's a creative way of understanding reality. Leo, the guitarist, can't play with silk gloves on. Friction is what vibrates those strings. Virgo, study past successes and failures for keys to victory. Libra, you were not born with a serene air of confidence. Rather, the aura is well earned. Scorpio, no one can be you better than you can be you. Sagittarius, there will be a certain amount of peacocking involved in the discourse of the day. Capricorn, people become associated with that of which they speak. This has been your prognostications for the evening.
I like the prognostications.
I do too. I think we gotta give him like maybe a big can of Jolt right before he does it, though.
Like a shock of electricity.
Right, so he peps up just a little bit. Because the voice is amazing.
He's a mellow guy, though.
He is a mellow guy.
I've seen him get excited. Fire trucking excited. Let me
Fire trucking.
Oh, he can. He can get wound up.
He can.
Yeah.
Hey, I have what to you guys? What is increasingly becoming socially acceptable that drives you batty? Melissa?
Good question. Skip me because I'm trying to narrow it down in my head. What is becoming socially acceptable that's driving me crazy?
Yeah. All of you.
Man kissing on TV.
What about women kissing on TV?
No, I'm good
That
with
doesn't
that.
bother.
By the way, I gotta, because she's blowing up my phone. Lori D is listening live, so I have to stop guilting her that she never listens.
Hi, Lori.
Yeah, I retweeted that for her. She should just
baby.
be happy. Oh, nice. That was real nice. What's driving me crazy? The liberal left and their attempt to freaking normalize pedophilia. It makes me want to choke people.
Amen.
So is it pedophilia or hebophilia?
I don't care which one it is. Their attempt to normalize it makes me want to choke them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they've been saying that for years. That's where
Oprah Winfrey says it is good for children's self-esteem.
Is that from the NAMBLA people?
Is that different from herpophilia, which is like the molestation of lizards and frogs and snakes and stuff?
It's quite different.
Okay.
No, hebophilia.
Are you sure? I thought herbophilia was what Leprechaun does.
It's herbophilia.
Hebophilia is... He's not afraid of any herbs.
No,
especially when it's 4:20 in the afternoon or in the morning.
He ain't afraid of no herb.
Because that guy is actually awake for. This is why he goes to bed so early. I'm throwing Leprechaun under the bus right now. Leprechaun, you go to bed early so you can wake up before 4:20 a.m. and still be awake at 4:20 p.m. so you get the double dose every day.
He does wake up early. I get those text messages and I'm like, whoa, 3:54? Really?
Right? Well, he's just
Little Shop of Horrors.
He's getting primed. Oh, no, I don't think no? Okay. All right. Yeah.
What's pissing me off?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Racism.
Okay, but that's not socially acceptable.
No.
Oh, it is against white Christian
racism
males.
Against white people is socially acceptable.
White Christian heterosexual males, yeah.
You know,
it's racism.
That's a good point. Okay, so, and I don't know where I got this from, but I think I read it on Facebook today or somewhere, and maybe you guys have seen this. And I agree with it. I would like to see someone go up to a homeless veteran, a white guy, obviously, in this case, and tell him all about his white privilege and see what kind of response you get. Because there's a lot of them. And not just white, don't get me wrong, not even close to all white. But for the purposes of what Melissa is saying, yeah, you want to talk about white privilege, and we have all colors. And this is where we're colorblind. The real military people are colorblind. We see green. You know what I mean?
I am not colorblind. I see everything. I see black. I see yellow. I see brown. I see every culture, and I appreciate it.
Well, yes.
I hate that term colorblind because it takes away from people's culture and what they identify as. Not identify as.
Yeah, I think Stanley Levy
Native
addressed
Americans.
this topic one day really well. The not seeing colorblind. He goes, "Do I ignore that you're white? No, absolutely not. It's part of who you are. It's part of how I can identify you and how I can talk to you." And
okay, but I'm referring to military specifically, like the Brotherhood.
Yeah,
we don't care what color you are.
Sounds like semantic. Shut up. We're talking about.
No, I agree.
No, I know what you mean about the military. Yeah, we all get along. We all live together, train together, fight together.
Right, because we're not trying to separate. We're trying to be one. You know, and look, this is why when you go to basic training, they shave your head as a guy, obviously, because girls don't. And
they should. They should.
Yeah, they could be fine with that. But they all wear the same uniform, and they shave your head. They want you to be uniform, even your person. So, yeah, are there different colors? Absolutely. But the point is to become one, a unit, strong together, brotherhood, and in that sense, I don't see color. But of course, absolutely. As an individual, yeah, I will recognize that and respect that.
A strong unit is really
that's
important.
Part of who you are, and absolutely your culture. And you're damn right. I'm going to do some cultural appropriation. Why? Because I like some of your stuff. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I hated that The 2020 culture, whatever, the media and social media, I'm starting to use those key phrases or that language.
Tragic story.
Did you hear? Because I said how somebody identifies as, where a few years ago that wouldn't have meant anything. Now, you're automatically thinking, transgender. Do you identify as a man or a toaster? Or the brave little toaster, actually, because he was kind of cool. But anyway. So that pisses me off too.
Yeah.
But that's my fault. It's not media's fault. It's, my brain must be weak enough to absorb all of it.
Okay, so here's the next part. What part of your culture, well, all of us, I don't, and we individually probably have our own little things, our own little cultural experiences of the way we grew up, our areas that we grew up in. But what part of your culture are you most and least proud of? And I don't know if I have an answer. I don't know if I could come up with an answer for that.
Least proud of?
So vanilla.
I
like vanilla.
Okay. So culture includes religion, food, festivals, coming of age parties. Okay. I'm trying art.
Roll with it, yeah.
So I'm trying to I'm least proud of I want to say
go ahead.
I'm trying to think. Rusty, to you.
Don't throw me under the bus.
Rusty,
I don't understand. Okay, my culture. I mean, the only thing I can think of is, fine, the whites. I hate that white people owned slaves back in the day. But guess what? That shit's over. We don't own slaves in America. At least not. Well, I guess there's a sex slave industry that nobody's really talking about. They're only talking about the whites owning blacks. That
there's slaves more now than there were back then.
Right. But they're only concerned about that aspect because they can use it to shove in people's faces and try to make them shut up, about stuff. Well, your ancestors owned my ancestors. Well, okay, how far back do you want to go?
Your ancestors in if you're referring to the black population, their ancestors sold them. They sold their family members.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
they asked.
Yeah.
But that's
the British also sold my ancestors because I've got a lot of Irish in me.
Yeah, absolutely. No one seems to talk.
He told me that. The Irish.
Have you got a little Irish in you? Do you want some?
She's not going to answer that, right?
I'm so tired of the racism bullshit, and people are being held down. Yeah, bullshit. You know what the problem is? Nobody wants to take responsibility for their damn actions. So if a black guy gets pulled over and he's been drinking, well, the first thing, you did it because of racism, not because I'm out here drinking and driving or anything, or got drugs on me or anything. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's only because I'm black. Damn it.
But it's not every person who says that.
Bullshit.
No, it's not every person says that. Not every black person says that when they get pulled over. So it means it's an individual character, whether you choose to play the victim or not, because we all know plenty of any race, religion, whatever, who are personally responsible and don't play the victim card. I mean, because there's white people out there who would play victim on some other level, possibly, right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
There's plenty of white people
on me, right?
Yeah.
I do very much enjoy #Triggered Rusty.
Yeah,
damn it, I'm tired of this shit. It's bullshit. It really is. But anyway,
I like these questions, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one's just for Melissa because unless Rusty identifies as a chick today, what's the worst and it says worst and best thing about being female, but let's just stick with one. I'll let you pick worst or best, truth or dare.
I think the best thing about being a female is childbirth, for me anyway.
You know what? I would not have it. Because I know you that well. I completely believe that, and that I appreciate that answer, because I know so many other women who'd be like, "Why would you say that? Like that's the thing you're most proud of?"
Yeah, I mean, every single woman can do it. Well, not everyone, but I only have one kid. Obviously, I enjoyed it once and didn't want to do it again, but
you enjoy being a mother.
Yeah, I would say being a mother. Yeah, it's that I didn't even have to think about. That's like top of my head.
There it is. Okay, so that was an easy answer for you. What's the worst?
The worst thing?
Female.
Maintenance.
Okay, I'll give you that too. Look, you have the best and the worst all in one scenario, honestly. The thing that helps you get the best is the things that gives you the worst.
Yeah, like the shaving.
The blessing and a curse to be a female, evidently.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
The best thing about being a guy, not having to give childbirth, not having to do childbirth.
And the best thing about being a guy is not having to deal with those hormones either. We get two best out of her best and her worst.
Yeah.
Oh, and our balls are on the inside, so they're not exposed to being kicked.
I'm gonna kick Melissa right in the ding ding. Turn around. Anyway, guys, work out. DM is DM from DM, right?
Oh, I can't wait.
American Pride Roasters on the hook. Oh my God, we're out. Okay. Turn around. Let me kick in the ding ding.
There he is. The man is on time. Look at that.
That's perfect timing. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to buy a Monster energy drink so when I leave.
What's going on, Dave?
Stay awake. Is he on now? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us yet?
No. Oh, wait.
Can't hear us?
We can't hear him.
Can't hear him. Can't see his mouth either. I don't know if he's trying to talk.
No. We can't even read lips because we can't see his lips.
Right. It's like he's got a digital mask on.
Kilroy.
He's reconnecting audio.
I think I got it now.
There you go.
There he is.
Yeah, it took me a couple minutes. I'm using a decade-old computer, so
hey, it's okay. It's still science.
So you've got used underwear just like Brad?
No. This is rarely used underwear.
Oh, very well then. All right, we're going to leave you guys to talk for a minute. I'm going to have a quick smoke. I'll be right back.
Gosh. Well, everybody left, so it's okay.
Well, you guys chat for a minute. I'll be right back.
Everybody goes.
Dave and I are going to cuddle, man, when you guys are gone. I am privileged. I get to cuddle alone with Dave. How you been, man?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. It's been a year.
You know, I was really excited for 2019 to end and looking forward to some new beginnings in 2020. That did not happen. I'm firing that guy who told me it was going to.
Yeah. Everything kind of went just completely the opposite direction, and then it's still going in the opposite direction.
It just doesn't look promising yet, does it?
No. Every day it seems like a new something, a new disaster's waiting.
If it's not one thing, it's four more.
It's sad.
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts the pocketbook. It hurts. I mean, emotionally, everybody's on a roller coaster. I mean, man, we're going to go on vacation here in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait because it's the one shot where it's going to be normal because we're not going to be around people.
This is your annual trip that you had told us about last year. Is that right?
Yeah. Into August we go, and I mean, some of the stuff's going to be a little bit different, obviously, but for the most part, man, you get out in the wilderness, and it's how it was a decade ago, a century ago, a millennia ago. So,
we're going to run that topic down too during the show because
down just a little.
What's that? Rusty?
Point the camera down just.
Oh yeah. Can you tilt it down? Oh, we see like your. There you go.
How about that?
Perfect.
And it went back, didn't it?
That's better.
Yeah. When we come back in after we do our introductions, of course, and all that. Sometime, don't let me forget, because I want to talk about your trip and like how you said about how everything is still the same.
You were able to make your trip this year?
No, they're going.
We're going to though in a little over 2 weeks.
Awesome. I'm glad.
For you. Oh yeah, and we have listeners out there who they're adventurous.
Really? We have.
Well, okay, there's that one girl. She's adventurous. I mean, well, besides Melissa stuff.
I just go back, yeah.
Oh, I need to ask Josh. Actually, I need to ask someone else. And that was fast.
Oh, Kelly turned down my green screen.
She's all right. Coming in hot. To Off Track, everyone. Joining us right now is the one, the only, the Dave Matthews, not the guy from the band, but the better one from American Pride Roasters, Coffee. Welcome in, Dave. How are you tonight?
Good. Glad to be here.
We're really happy to have you because it's been over a year since we've spoken. And wow, what a shit show we had. Do you remember that when we had to record twice?
Oh, that's right. We did 2 shows for the price of one.
Look, we got the full meal deal. Dave brought all the coffee and we sat around and got bloated and did 2 shows and only sent one out. It was awesome. Dave, how's the coffee business?
It's going well. People have treated us really well this year. I mean, when everything happened, we lost all our farmers markets, and that was a really big blow financially. In 1 week we lost the farmers markets. I lost my part-time job, and our dog died, and it was not a good time. So
this sounds like a bad country song.
Well, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Fair enough.
Hey, I've got the name already. I mean, let's get this thing spun out. Let's make some money on it.
Right? We can get Rusty to sing it.
There you go.
Can we get a COVID coffee? Would that sell?
Oh boy.
No, you wouldn't be able to smell it or taste it.
And it would taste really bitter, I think. I don't know. That's probably bad marketing.
I've hesitated to go into that territory. I mean, there's been some temptation. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Huh.
You do like Corona coffee with a twist of lime.
Ooh. I don't know how coffee and lime would go together.
I don't know. Dave seems to work miracles with his coffee. So I don't like flavored coffee. I like regular coffee, but I am hooked on Watson's white chocolate caramel. I just ran out today. That one's done really
well. I was really happy with that. The response was really great. And we're testing a peach flavor that I was really hesitant on, and I think it's going to be a winner when we get it right.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Leprechaun has an idea for you.
I was a little kid, and we just loved it. And so that was it's kind of a tribute.
So that was your inspiration, the peach cobbler?
Yeah.
Thank God. Just saying.
Leprechaun has an idea for you. The coffee will be called the Leprechaun, and it should be Irish cream and a light roast.
Huh.
You emphasized the
light. He's always roasted.
Oh,
sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Lightly roasted. One leprechaun.
Well, I know they fuse wine with marijuana. I don't know if they do with coffee. Would that be like kind of counter?
Would you need special licensing?
I've been told, yes. And in fact, there was a woman that I met actually out in a campground that was just insistent that we make a coffee pot. And I tried to explain to her that wasn't any sort of business I wanted to be involved in, but she was just insistent it'd be the greatest idea ever. And well, somebody else will explore it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Stativa. Yeah.
I bet you have people constantly telling you all kinds of flavor ideas, don't you?
This is true. However, for every 100 or so that are weird or awful or strange ideas, there's one that's unbelievable. So I don't care how many ideas people send me, just keep sending them, because eventually one's great and we make some money and people are happy and it's a win all around.
Oh, I have one for you then.
See there. Oh, the floodgates have opened.
No.
I have one. Sean wants one with whiskey flavored.
Pecan whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Jameson makes a cold brew whiskey. It's coffee flavored whiskey, and it's really good.
It is.
It's very good. And I'm thinking, well, we could do a whiskey flavored coffee and with maybe some pecans. I don't know. Throw something in there. Whatever. It'll be fun.
We can try something like that. I hesitate doing anything that's alcohol named, kind of just a personal preference thing. Right. But that said, I mean, I'm sure we can work on something. It's so far I've only had a handful of flavors that we've tried that have been just absolutely terrible. So I think we can get a good start on it.
Is there like a train flavored coffee?
It's train. Okay, no. Here's
Doc Thompson. Sorry, go ahead.
My idea for off track roast or Mississippi, whatever. 40% Colombian, 40% French, 20%. Am I getting my math right? Espresso roast.
For what?
Coffee.
So that's
just
really
50-50
coffee, right?
50-50 French and Colombian. I love that combination. Ooh. But if you throw in an espresso dark roast, I think that would just like punch it.
You know, we've tried a couple that are somewhat similar. The ingredients have been hidden along the way just because it gives me discretion to change things as I need to. But the Mojo 5.0 coffee has fallen along those lines. And when we've gotten the right combo, that's when people liked it the most. So you go a little bit of a lighter but bolder Colombian and then throw in another chunk of some sort of espresso roast and it works. You get a little bit, you get both ends of that. You get the nice smooth flavor and then the harsh, strong roasted taste.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure you have so many different formulas or combinations that the mixtures and stuff that you can put together that, we're not even aware of to come up with one particular thing, right? Without even the flavors, I suppose, right?
Oh, yeah. And there's things that, in fact, we've had a couple things that have come together in a matter of minutes, and then other coffees that, like the blueberry coffee, I sat on that for 4 or 5 years before I got it right. So things tend to move really slow for us, but that's intentional. I try to make it so that I send a new coffee out, every couple months at most, because not only do we have to service it forever after that, I want to make sure that it's right.
Yeah. Actually, and I think it's no secret to anybody who knows me, Burrow Hamilton is my absolute favorite. And it really pops if you throw a little cream in there. It's amazing. It's literally like just drinking liquid blueberry donut. I can't get enough. It's the bomb. Yep.
And I like real coffee flavored coffee that, is just strong and yummy. I enjoy the Douglas. It's the
Frederick Douglass.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like that. I haven't had that in a while.
And unfortunately, we're out of it for a while too. We ran out of the beans, and it's something that we usually find midsummer, and I haven't found any recently, so it might be a while before that comes back.
I think it's a great seller on a couple of levels, and one of them levels is because it is. Well, let me ask you this, Rusty. What's a Frederick? Let me speak first. What is a Frederick Douglass?
$20, same as downtown.
That's right. It's $20.
Yep.
Same as downtown. Absolutely.
It's one of my favorites. I haven't had that, but you're also out of the Reagan, but just to let you know, in case.
Yeah, I forgot to have Tim pull those ads on Facebook, and
I called him
completely out of we're completely out of the Reagan. We've done that coffee twice in the past 4 years, and I only do it when I can find the right beans that hit the right flavor, and as soon as I put it up, it's gone within a couple weeks.
Oh, okay. Yes. And with the jackholes are such critics, we're calling you out on that stuff.
Well, so
but that's a good thing. I mean, it's a mistake. Got to fix it.
So this kind of brings a question to mind when you're talking about, certain times and maybe certain blends. Is there a certain time of year that like you're able to get different coffee beans and different roasts or whatever to make certain different blends?
There is a calendar year for different origins, different parts of the world. For the most part, I tend to be above that just because we'll get something and on the average it will last the full season. So if I know we're going to need it, I can get 2 or 3 of them and be okay.
Oh, very nice.
But there is, certain times of the year, like right now, I was able to secure a decent amount of Hawaiian beans, but if you wait 2 or 3 months, you're not going to get anything decent for another 6 or 7. So
Hawaiian,
it depends on the origin
the Kona
and how
bean?
large their coffee supply is.
What'd you say, Chris?
Your Hawaiian, the Kona bean? Did you get the Kona bean?
Actually, I avoided the Kona this time and got we have a pound of, maybe 2 pounds of Kona beans left. But we have these Maui mocha beans that are really, they're little itty bitty beans. They're screen size 11 and they taste tremendous. And it's another thing that it's tough to get a hold of them because those growers don't make very much. And man, once, I'll get a hold of 5 or 6 pounds, and once it's gone, you won't see it again for another year or longer if the next season is bad, because Hawaii tends to fluctuate really, really strongly on how good their crops are.
So what are you going to make with
some chocolate covered Kona mocha beans? That's a mouthful.
Wow.
I know, right? Hold on, there you go.
Those would be expensive.
Also for the listeners that don't know, if you haven't tried American Pride Roasters yet, and obviously you guys know that Off Track, big fan of the American Pride. Oh, my dog. Can you tell everybody about Lee's blend?
Sure.
Yes.
It's been about almost 3 years now that we've worked with them. We give the entire amount of money from that Lee's blend directly to their charity. It's actually it's a cousin-in-law of Faith's who she told us about what had happened in depth in the story of how she took this really terrible thing that happened to a really close friend and turned it into something really good. It became a charity that first was helping parts of Arizona, and now, they're covering different parts all over the world. And we figured that if we're going to sponsor one thing, it would be something that we knew exactly where all the money was going, and that it was something that was really making a difference, both in their community and around the world. And it's been a little bit difficult for us to track down the right beans for that here and there, but to be able to offer it cheap enough that people will go ahead and throw it in as an add-on, and so we can at least cover shipping and some of our other costs. It's been a blessing to them. We've done, oh boy, it's been over $2,000 that we've sent to them over the past couple of years, and all that's gone directly into their funds to help build. They have an orphanage that's in Kenya that is in the process of being built. It's a great thing. And, it's something that we couldn't pass this up, because here they took a terrible thing that happened and have turned it into a life's mission.
Go ahead.
I love it. Every order I always throw some, because not only do I appreciate the charity and I want to give back, but the coffee is really good. I got the fine roast this time, and I'm going to use it in my espresso maker. But I also just bought a new French press. I have a French press, but I bought a new one and a coffee grinder, because from now on, I'm going to order whole beans so I can, because I'm kind of like a coffee maniac, I guess. I have every different kind of, the only one I don't have right now is an espresso, and I gave that away, I sold it. But I have espresso machines, Keurig, drip pot, percolators, whatever. So I just want to be able to take whatever American Pride roaster I want and put it, drink it the way I feel like it that day.
Grinding your own beans is the way to go too.
Yeah,
that's definitely the way to go. And you get the variety. Then you can use a French press, an AeroPress, a little mocha pot, whatever, and you're ready to go right on the spot.
So I have to ask. This is kind of off subject.
And cold brew. Go ahead.
So that's what I was going to ask about cold brew. Dave, do you make cold brew yourself at home?
I in my Cubs cup right now.
There it is. What's your process for that?
Well, when I do it at home, I tend to just take a French press, and a standard size French press is a couple ounces of coffee, and just throw it in the fridge it depends. I've been doing some experimenting with the 15, 16 hour range and have been happy with it, but only because I've been using a little bit mellower bean. If it's something that's a little bit bolder, 10, 12 hour range, then it's just perfect. But yeah, in the summertime, especially as hot as it's been this year, it's cold brew pretty much nonstop.
So are you using a specific grind? Or are you using I want to call it a bag, but like a tea bag type thing to soak it in there?
It's a nut juice bag. I keep telling you, it's a nut juice
milk
bag.
Nut milk.
Oh yeah. That's what I said.
What did you say? Nut bag?
Yeah. It is a nut bag, but for different nuts.
Does anybody know this lady? I don't know her. No.
Actually, with the French press, I just put the ground straight into it and water in, stir it up just a little bit, throw it in the fridge, and then press it and pour, and you're ready to go. Yeah, when you're doing it like that, it works better than using the nut milk bag. But if you want to do that for bigger batches, it works perfect. When we do farmers market size stuff, that's what we use. And you can, if you get the formula right and the timing right, you're only held back by the amount of space that you have. I mean, we've done it in 5-gallon containers before.
Well, the reason I bought I have a French press, I have a glass one, but I bought another one. It might be stainless steel, but one of the reasons I bought another one is so my glass French press could be my designated for cold brew. And then I have the stainless steel for, just to keep it hot during the day.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I got the nut milk bags too.
I'm going to come at you at a different angle, Dave. So do you have, I guess it's a couple of questions here. Do you have like a mentor or whatever that you consult when you're trying, or somebody that you have used and they've give you a bunch of advice, and is there a small batch community, that you go in and you throw around ideas and people are talking about the new stuff that's happening, or are you just completely lone wolf
for them?
Those are actually really great questions. The first one is for a mentor. Doc was my mentor. When I would hit a brick wall on something, I would ask him for advice or just, a little bit of, hey, this is what we're doing. And 99% of the time, whatever he said was exactly what I needed to hear. More recently, when it comes to some of the business stuff, usually it's me and Faith, my wife, kicking around ideas. And I've got kind of a close group of people that predate the APR days. People like Tim and Stinky Biscuit and Donna before she passed, who were there when we were putting this all together, that kind of, they'll just be sounding boards for ideas that we have. But that's since Doc's pass has been kind of a collection of people helping put together the pieces that I'm missing. As for the community, there are communities like that out there, but honestly, I never, this all started back in 2009 when I knew my parents had a popcorn popper in their basement that I was going to hijack and do a test. So I basically just researched stuff on the internet and tried what worked. And every now and then, if I heard a rumor about something, I would try that. And I had a really small supplier that I was just buying a couple pounds at a time from. And he was the guy that said, all you need is heat and motion, and you can roast coffee beans. So think about that, about how big you can make it. And that's pretty much how we've gone. So I've really only used community stuff based on researching what other people are doing and not really stealing ideas, but seeing what has worked for them. But I've kind of steered clear of offering some of my own stuff, I guess, because it seems like I'm always learning all the time. And some of the things that we did about the first year, I put my entire life into building how we roast coffee, and I could show someone how to build it themselves in a matter of minutes. And it's like that weird competition side of me that says, maybe I don't share those things and make a home roasting business for everyone that wants it out there, because then I might lose some of my own business.
I have a question since you're the roaster. How, this might be a trade secret. I could probably look it up on the internet, but I'd rather ask you, how do you make decaffeinated coffee?
When it comes to decaf, I get it after it's been decaffeinated, because it actually goes to, it's 2 or 3 different parts of the world are the only places where it's done. And basically what they do is they steam the beans to a high enough temperature to pull the caffeine out and then reduce it before they're fully roasted. And there's a couple different processes. There's a water process and a chemical process. And we used to kind of be indiscriminate. Pretty much we found whatever people seem to like. But I have a local customer that buys a lot of decaf, and she kind of complained about, hey, you're a little inconsistent, so why don't you try this? And I tried it, and we went straight to the mountain water processed coffee. And it's, in fact, the decaf side of our business has moved up enough that where we used to buy 5-10 pounds at a time, more often than not, we have to get the full 130-pound bags because we just go through too much of it.
I would think that this is probably a common thought. Most people, I would assume, drink coffee. I think you have to like it enough to drink it, but most people want, that good morning, get me started kind of feel. But to drink decaf, you just have to love the taste of coffee, period. You're not getting anything right.
Yep. Yeah. But that's people. Some people that have heart trouble. They love coffee. They want to have their cup of coffee, but they can't handle the caffeine. Right. And I appreciate that. I would hate that at some point that probably will happen to me.
That's called brown sadness water.
Brown sadness water. No, but it also, there's a psychological effect to that too, Sean. An avid coffee drinker who suddenly can't drink it for heart or neurological reasons or whatever,
sure,
they can still have the decaf and they can psychologically get the effects even though there's no caffeine in it.
Yes.
Isn't that like setting your alarm clock 15 minutes ahead so you wake up early? You still know.
No, it's the same as NA beer.
What? No,
I wouldn't say that it's that though. I really wouldn't, because if you do a decaf right, it'll actually taste really close to regular coffee. There's just a few rules that you have to work with. You can't just go way light or way dark with certain decafs, because you get some really funky bad aftertastes. And that's a lot of the mistake that people make when they roast decaf is they'll push it way too far and you get this rubbery, nasty coffee. And it makes people even more sad with their fake coffee.
Well, see,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, so I didn't even realize that this is a thing, because I personally have never tasted any decaf coffee to where, I just assumed it really tasted the same, not like the difference between a Coke and a Diet Coke. You know what I mean? Or Coke.
Oh, no. It's not like,
no?
What are you talking about? Sanka?
No, I don't know. I've never had decaf coffee. And what the hell? I've heard of it. Sanka.
Dave, is freeze dried coffee in your future?
I don't think so, for a couple of reasons. One, it's pretty expensive to do that process. And it's also, no matter how much effort you put into it, you still end up with a fairly poor product, because the process of breaking it down enough to get it so that you can freeze dry it and turn it into instant coffee later, you lose so much of the taste. It's kind of why we carry K-Cups here and there. I don't really push it. It's more of a service because it's the same principle for me, is that you have a lot of effort into a really nice machine that produces mostly mediocre coffee because of its limitations. The limitations with a freeze-dried coffee that turns instant is you just don't get a really decent taste out of it. So we would put a lot of time and money and effort into subpar coffee.
There are health benefits to coffee, the antioxidants, for example. Do they still exist in a decaf coffee?
I've never looked that up, but I would imagine yes, because really all you're taking out is the caffeine.
I can't take credit for the question,
I'll bet
Kinsey.
with the chemical reductions, with the chemical treatment for decaffeinating beans, probably would take some of that stuff out. I'd have to look that up. That's a really good question.
That's a really good question, because some people drink it for the antioxidants, and for people that drink a lot of alcohol, drinking coffee is part of it's supposed to help counteract with it.
Oh, okay. Well, because I have questions on the other side.
I do too.
I know. We still want to get to those vacation things, but.
And are Brad and Ron time travelers?
We got so much.
We got a lot. We need a 3-hour show. Guys, stick around. Off track right here.
Okay, so the antioxidant question, I got to say that wasn't actually mine. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. It's the smartest thing Kinsey has ever said in his life. But that was a question from one Kinsey Richards.
Did someone ask him to ask you to ask?
Yeah, asking Dave for a friend. Kinsey, did you come up with that on your own?
I don't know about that guy.
So also from Kinsey, I want to throw this out there because he said so. He said he's on the outskirts of Des Moines and he wasn't able to buy any APR coffee because they're low on coffee.
What?
That isn't exactly how it goes. Everything we do is roast to order. We're in one store, but it's closed pretty much the entire weekend, and she's doing. I haven't really done anything with restocking her because, well, with everything that's happened, she's trying to basically just survive. So whatever I can do in the Des Moines area is, you place an order, we roast the coffee, and then we get it out once it's ready to go. So I couldn't just, pop out a couple of pounds of coffee without having.
Yeah, for the like 5 hours that he was going to be there as he was driving through.
Uh-huh.
And I told him if he ever knows, give me a little bit of advance notice and we can do something. It was also in Urbandale, which is almost an hour from here. So I was doing the math, like even
on
if
the
I
west
had
side, right?
Yeah,
Urbandale's on the west side. You're on the east side.
Yeah, and we're now, we're a few miles east of Des Moines. So yeah, you've got a good. If he's all the way over on the other side of Urbandale, it's 45 minutes each way, and then I got to figure out where. I mean, we have some coffee here, but it's going to other people already.
All right, coming in hot. Welcome back into Off Track, guys. Hanging out with the one and only Dave. Well, we call him DM, Dave Matthews. DM, ex-DM from American Pride Roasters Coffee. Look, I thought we were going to knock it all out in that segment, but I still have questions. I'm actually, you can't see it because it's over here. I'm putting in an order right now, and I come across something. Maybe I don't know how I bypassed this before. The last time I ordered some coffee bark, drop bark mint. I loved it. Okay. And now all of a sudden, I don't know how I didn't see this. Maybe this is new or I'm blind. Brimstone coffee drops.
We've had that for a while.
Holy crap. I just opened up and look at okay. I'm going to read this to you guys. I'm a fan. I'm ordering it. French roasted coffee beans, cinnamon, dried habanero peppers,
Oh.
Hello, finely ground and mixed together with melted milk, chocolate, and butterscotch to form the perfect mouth-tingling bite-sized treat. I'm buying it now.
Oh.
I got to have me some hot coffee, chocolate stuff.
They are a little spicy too.
Oh, perfect.
I love it.
What's the best-selling coffee drops you guys have?
It varies. Sometimes it's the regular ones, and sometimes it's the mint. The others kind of fall in line behind that. With the brimstone, pretty much is last on that choice because that's one of those things where people either really want that or they really want to stay away from it. The banana ones are surprisingly good, but they're gigantic. So, I mean, because once you get a banana chip, you've got a coffee drop that's about that big. So you really don't want to eat it when it's frozen.
Okay.
Sean, that flavor that you mentioned, I bet it would go well, not only with coffee, but I bet that would go excellent with red wine.
Okay. I'm not a wine guy, but I can see that.
Yes. You just wine a lot. Hey, so my question to
Ow, girl.
We were talking. I love you, bro.
I love you too, girl.
I just gotta get them in. I get the low hanging fruit a lot.
So I'm ordering one of the brimstone and some mint because the mint was freaking phenomenal.
They do ship a little bit mushy this time of year, so just keep that in mind.
I don't care. I still eat it. It's all good.
Yeah, but my mailman or
I don't whine that much.
Or whatever you call it, they love the American Pride Roasters delivery. As a matter of fact, one of the listeners, Tam, wanted to know if your house smells like coffee all the time.
Now that we've separated and have the coffee business outside of the house, it's not quite so strong. But back when it was all together, yeah, you could smell it down the street.
Oh my gosh! I just thought of something. Coffee scented candles, APR candles. And soap. Hey, we know a girl I might set you up with. Not like business.
He's married.
No, business. No.
Oh, okay.
Faith is wonderful.
If they're going to do a business trip, if Vanessa's coming up to visit DM to do business,
I'm going with.
Then look, you guys have an en route place to stop right here.
Oh, okay. So my question is. We were talking about, let me say this real quick.
She does make some amazing soaps and stuff.
We're talking about decaf, and you ship your coffee. It's by the pound. It's not like 10 or 12 ounces like other people try to downsell you like that. But so what if somebody wanted to order a pound of, let's say, Doc Thompson's Bacon Blast, one of my go-tos. Could you get 8 ounces of regular and 8 ounces of decaf? If somebody wanted to do like a half calf?
We've done that before. These are the types of things where you put something in the special instructions and we'll make it happen. We tend to charge a little bit more for decaf now because it's become more expensive for us. But if it's something where it's 8 and 8, we'll make it work. We always have. So we have the freedom to do stuff like that, but the website kind of hog ties us down with different forms. So when you want something that's not on the website, put a little note in the special instructions and we'll figure something out.
Also then another important question, and I think really a smart question that we got from one Hot Rocky with an I. Will decaf coffee help Ron stop pooping so much?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, if you gotta poop, you gotta poop. I mean, the coffee is gonna make it faster, but nothing's gonna make it slower. It's just gonna come out.
Plus, he's full of shit, so I'm just kidding. Not Ron.
Well,
Rocky, really, Rocky. Gosh darn. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm still ordering my coffee while I'm doing this show.
She just wanted me to make some sort of poop joke. I know it.
It's true. It's true.
That's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little bit of information, some very important stuff to run down here. And I talked to Dave about it earlier today, gave him a little bit of a heads up. Last week, we brought you a theory that perhaps Ron Phillips and Brad Staggs are aliens. And they addressed this on their Monday show. I'm going to play that for you real quick here.
I mean, we are on the mothership, but we're never going to admit it.
Gave it away.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, it's you can never prove that we are or aren't. That's the beauty of it. We may have been sent here to correct some wrong. We may have been sent here from the future to correct the wrongs of the past and straighten things out. And now we're desperately trying to get home.
Job yet.
No, we suck apparently at this job because things seem to be getting worse. We apparently maybe we were trying to stop the baboons with the chainsaws. That didn't work so well. So anything's possible. I mean, if a UFO landed on the front steps of the White House today, would not surprise me
at all.
The least.
So there you have it. I mean, they're not aliens. They disproved that one for us. However, they left the door open on them potentially being time travelers, and I had a quick interview with them. It's about 2 minutes, so I'm going to play that for you, and then we will comment. Brad, Ron, thanks for taking the time to sit down with me for this interview. I know the audience was understandably confused by the idea that you guys are aliens. I hope we can help to clear up any misconceptions with this sit-down. Brad, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I didn't, I feel,
my underpants are in the mail.
Okay. That's a little weird. And Ron, I know you were anxious to straighten out the fake news, that we put out last week that you guys were aliens.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that. If Doc was still here, he'd be really proud of you guys.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to us. And, this last Monday when you were talking about the aliens thing, you suggested that perhaps you were time travelers. I'm not sure that you were kidding. So is there anything further you wanted to say on that?
They'll do a split screen on January the 20th of 2021.
Okay. And what's that split screen look like? Are we looking at, Democrats crying and Donald Trump being sworn in again for another 4 years in office? I mean, or, do Democrats actually successfully cheat?
I mean, not that the Democrats would cheat.
I started to say, yeah, they will.
Okay, so you're saying that the Democrats are going to cheat? So were you guys here to find a way to stop that? I mean, being from the future and all, or you're just here to warn us?
I don't think that's going to happen.
I guess that's a little cryptic. Do you have anything further to clarify that you don't think that's going to happen, that what the Democrats are going to cheat, or that you're going to be able to warn us, or that you'll be able to do anything about it?
Did I talk about this already?
Donald Trump was elected the president of the United States. The year that is 2020.
Okay, so I guess that leaves no doubt you guys are time travelers from the future. Well, thank you. And we look forward to continuing to listen to you on the Daily Mojo. I think everybody should bear in mind that they should be listening now for coded messages about what's going to happen in the future, because obviously they can't usually just blurt it out like that. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All righty. I didn't know you'd done an interview. Or did you?
Yeah, it was a very brief interview.
Travelers from the future?
They are.
I thought it was from the past. I mean, you look at what Brad plays. I mean, they must have gone and spent a bunch of time in the 70s and 80s, because every single song he plays is some obscure weirdo 70s stuff.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, so he's been to the 70s and now he's here, and they're clearly not doing a good job here. So it's going to be like they're going to have to jump forward again and try and set things right.
Forward and then backward, and then forward again, but then way backward.
Way backward.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that they can do that now that we've established that Ron and Brad are indeed time travelers.
Did you ever see that series, The Librarians?
No. I have, but not in a while.
It was really good, but it was about librarians that are time travelers. Anyway, good. It was really good.
Okay, that's our Netflix and chill for the evening.
That's my Netflix and chill recommendation.
Rusty!
Okay. Hey, I want to... Okay, so we all... Well, no, maybe not everybody knows this. Dave and his wife, Faith, take a trip every year. Usually you say the end of August, beginning of September, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Out west, that big place where Yellowstone, right?
Yeah, the Yellowstone area. We end up in Yellowstone at some point throughout the 2 weeks or so.
So right before we were live, you had mentioned that you guys kind of go out there and it's something it stays the same, and it's been this way for many, it was like eons, right? And it's consistent. I had a conversation, I believe it was last night on the phone with a friend of mine who she's very adventurous, hiking, just all kinds of stuff. She took a trip and she got to talking to another guy on the trail, I guess. And they talked about this, it's like, oh, can you imagine how, say the Indians or whatever, they saw the same thing we're looking at. And I think of things like that sometimes too, but she brings up a good point. The earth changes constantly. We don't really know what, say, Yellowstone might have looked like. We know geological history, but what did people actually visually see? Say if there's a trail that's still the same, the cattails. She's like, well, maybe they weren't here. Maybe this thing has changed course or something. Did people really get the same sense that we do when we look at it now?
I think it was a little bit different in that, especially if you look at some of the early explorers in the mid to late 19th century, they saw it completely wild and just assumed that everything changed within. I mean, the hot springs, the geysers change, the flow of the rivers will change somewhat, but overall it was, basically the way it is now, except no roads, no people, there was nothing but animals. Right. So I think that their perspective was close to that, in that they'd have the sense that, well, if you read some of their journals, that was their sense of wonder that these were guys, especially the ones from out east, that had lived in cities all their lives. And they had the same shock of, this is pristine wilderness that maybe I'm the first person to see. And so you still get that same feeling when you go, especially certain areas, you get far enough away from the road and you start to feel that same way, that someone else has been out there. I mean, sometimes you're standing on a trail that's evidence of that, but you get that same feeling. So yeah, things do change, but that presence of, hey, I'm the only person out here is still it's real.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite things, like everything actually that we've talked about here. So her and I were talking that, it's hard to believe that we're so close to society now that you can go an hour or so away, even in the Midwest, some places, and find like these grand things to see that people take them for granted, and they don't just sit down and look at nature. A lot of people don't. I look at it's so majestic that not just the states, but the world and the natural things to see and experience. I have never been to Yellowstone. I'm missing out. I need to go.
You are. This will be the 20th straight year that we've gone out there, and right. We always see mostly new things. There's a lot of stuff that we do on an annual basis, but it's so vast. Yeah. That even now, I was looking through what we've planned on doing for the time that we're out there, and about 2/3 of the hikes that we're going to be on, we've never been on, and we've hiked, 700 or 800 miles worth of trails in that area. Wow.
Nice. I remember when Doc first introduced us to you, he would make sure that on your way home, he would tell everybody, yeah, my friend Dave, he's on vacation. Everybody needs to place an order now so we can stress him out when he gets back.
He would usually text me when I would be about to leave the world and the connected world. Hey, when are you coming back? What day was that again? I'm like, I know what you're up to. And of course we sell it as a factory shutdown because, our home and business are in the same place. So I try to keep the local advertising of, hey, our house is empty for a long time. I try to keep that part down to a minimum.
He was such a joker. Oh my goodness.
Looks like we have a special visitor here.
We do. We have a special guest, one Miss Vanessa. Dave, earlier Melissa was speaking about how you used to do soaps and then you didn't have anybody that made soaps anymore, so that part of the business kind of fell off to the side. We have one Vanessa here who really specializes in all kinds of soaps. Check out marinacottage.com for the listeners. And
awesome.
Hello.
Welcome, Vanessa.
Welcome, everyone. Hi. We used to make a coffee soap, actually, and we also used to make beer soap. So we definitely are not strangers to infusing coffee in soap.
This isn't the kind of soap that you wash out your kid's mouth with. Does it taste like beer or coffee?
It tastes like soap, but it's actually infused with. I used to actually meet with the brewmasters, and we would sit and actually pick up the essence in the beer. Yeah.
One thing that I liked when I can't remember when Dave first started doing soap. I don't know if it was a free sample or I just bought it, but the aroma, the soap smell was so strong. I loved it. It was like, I usually back then I would take a shower before my cup of coffee. So it was just maybe because I'm just such a coffee geek or something, but I just loved it.
There's a lot of benefits to putting coffee in body products because it helps to reduce the appearance of cellulite. So bring on the soap, bring on the lotion, just kind of, for us women, just douse ourselves.
Oh my gosh. And the grounds are exfoliating too, because
exactly.
Dave's soap is gentle enough where when I had it, I was still always, how like we're really picky about the things we cleanse our face with.
Right.
But I never worried about the coffee soap. I still washed my face with it and it was still super gentle.
Right. So yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said it's good for the skin, it's exfoliating and all that. Okay, so I'm going to trigger someone here. None of you.
Oh.
Coconut oil. Can you put is it doing any good if you put coffee grounds in coconut oil? And then
no. Coconut oil, the molecule. Okay, let's get sciencey.
Yeah.
Coconut, yeah.
Science, bitches. Another segment.
Yeah. The problem with coconut oil is that molecule is too big. So the skin doesn't absorb it. It just sits on top of it. So it's sticky and greasy. So it doesn't do anything for you. Actually, coconut oil is great to cook with, but it's not good for your skin. So,
wait, what?
Yeah.
Are you serious? It's not good for your skin?
Not good for your skin. It just leaves a greasy, sticky mass. Doesn't absorb at all.
Vanessa, how old am I?
You don't want me to tell you that, do you?
Tell me what you
Sean,
know or what
Sean
you
just
think.
turned 45, like last week.
Oh, I didn't. I just turned 65.
You're pretty. Not. The problem is that it's all about the molecule size. And, it's too big for the skin to absorb it. It just sits on top. It's sticky and greasy and nasty.
So it's not good for your hair either?
No, it's not. It doesn't absorb into the hair shaft.
Okay. Well, I guess I've been wrong about coconut oil. Because I've always heard it was great for your skin.
Yeah, me too.
It just sits on top. It doesn't do anything. Goat's milk, same pH as you and I. It's as similar as breast milk.
I love
readily absorbed into the skin, full of vitamins and minerals. Rinse as clean as a soap. Doesn't leave any build up. So yeah, that's why.
Okay, so if you were going to have a massage therapist for you, we talked about this a little bit last time. What would you suggest that they use on the clients?
Argan oil.
Okay. I need to write this down. Go ahead.
If you're going to be massaging someone, Sean,
I'm listening.
Then I would suggest you use argan oil or even get a nice goat's milk lotion too. And we can hook you up with that.
Ooh, hemp seed oil is actually real good for massages too.
Yes,
I need an intern.
Yeah.
I need an intern.
You got to quit firing the interns.
Well, if they would just do what they're supposed.
Are you scaring them off?
No.
What about olive oil for the skin?
You're still here.
Refined virgin olive oil is good for the skin in small quantities, but again, it has to be refined and There's a special part of the olive. Yeah.
But I know coffee has a lot of oil in it. Coffee is very oily, so
sorry.
So that's going to be good for the skin.
It depends.
Dave,
it depends what the after product is on the oil.
I think Dave wants to try whatever products you're talking about with coffee and get himself a massage, right?
What?
Yeah.
Who's doing massaging? I'm kind of oblivious to this here.
Well, no, I like to. Never mind.
Yeah, where did the massage thing come in from?
You like to give massages, is what you're saying.
Boop. Yeah. Boop. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So you're looking for an oil that's not irritating too.
No, it better not be irritating.
It can't be irritating.
That's not
sensitive skin.
That's not good either.
Oh my
no.
Okay, so real quick, running over to the Twitters. Big Pharma Steve has a question. Can someone ask Dave? Oh my God. Chris, you suck.
No, we gotta get an update about the Arby's
Can
kid.
someone ask Dave how the Arby's kid is doing?
Yeah.
I was looking at something else.
He's doing okay. We visited him just a couple days after everything happened, and he's doing better. Still pretty shaken up. But you know, the story died just as quick as it flew up because, well, nothing really happened. I mean, the guy was fired. He's going to have have a little bit of jail time over this. But, you know, my hope when I got involved in that was I had a rare opportunity to present another side of things and say, hey, we're all going down the wrong track with this. We're all rushing to our sides. Whenever an issue pops up, we all rush to our corners and just start fighting. And so my idea for it was let's use this as a chance to at least learn something. Hey, maybe it's not as bad as it seems on our side or their side. And nobody picked up on it. It was too bad because you thought that some of these leaders have been pushing these protests and all this would have at least tried to meet with the family and say, hey, we don't agree with what this guy did. Yes, he was a part of our group, but what he did was wrong. Nope. They all just pretended like it never happened and let the story die.
All right. Well,
as for the kid himself, though, he's doing well. He'll be okay. It definitely, it made him see the world a little bit more raw than he had so far.
Fair enough. I hope that answered Steve's question. Big Pharma Steve coming in hot with the hard questions. All right. That's the fastest 2 hours I think we've had.
Seriously, that just happens when we bring DM on. The first show that I was ever a part of.
It's just, yeah, I know. It's like butter. It's so smooth.
It rolls.
I can control time.
Oh, so you're in it with Brad and that one guy, El Jefe. Go ahead, Rusty.
Well, maybe.
Rusty?
That would make sense.
Saying, yeah, he said he could control time.
He's a time traveler.
I'm poking Vanessa.
And there's something else to that because he jokes about being able to control time, but Brad said this on Friday.
Well, it's like the essence of humor. There's a grain of truth in the essence in every good joke.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I'll give you that. All right.
It's true.
Once again, guys, I mean, look, we just ran it down. And Dave from AmericanPrideRoasters.com. It's Rusty, you're really good at that.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Nice.
He's our
A
.com
little
guy.
flirty. Yeah.
And then, okay, Rusty, give it to Vanessa too.
MarinaCottage.com. MarinaCottage.com.
I love you guys. You guys are freaking awesome.
Hey, Dave did mention that he might have a little something to tease about a certain coffee that could potentially be coming up soon.
What is that? I can't. Oh, it says a question mark.
Yeah, we're working on a Brad's brown bag.
Wait, I thought he was white.
Well, the bag's brown. I don't know. It's that's what you got to work with. I got a whole ton of these bags from the farmers market that we got to send out somewhere. So instead of going with the 8-ounce packages, we're going with a full pound of Brad's brown bag.
Okay, Melissa about fell off her chair. I
think my work here is pretty well complete.
Wow, that's the perfect way to end the show.
I'm a huge space nut.
I got derailed by DM. That's my next t-shirt.
All right. That's funny. There it is. Oh my gosh. Dave, what is your I gotta ask this because I forgot to ask earlier. What is your favorite coffee that you guys do?
Right now, and still, it's been the On the Roof.
Oh,
it's between that and the Douglas, but I cannot get enough of that. Cold brew, hot coffee, espresso, AeroPress, it doesn't matter.
And you've been doing the On the Roof. Has it been a year or better?
It's been just right at a year now, and we've done 3 different iterations of it. And the first one I think was the best of the 3 different Kenyan beans, but this last one is still, it's spot on.
I love the different the packaging for that.
Yeah, and I want to do more. I just haven't. Well, I had a humongous computer crash and lost a lot of stuff that just my designs and stuff for things like that. So hopefully this fall I can work in a little bit. We've got a ton of images and do some new stuff with that.
I love it. It's very creative and it's almost like collectible. Like I don't want to throw away the bag.
Yeah, because you want to handle Brad's brown bag as much as you possibly can. So. I still think he's white. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's it. Off track. Another one in the bag. The brown bag. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. MaradyCottage.com. Go check them out. Give these folks some serious love and touching squeeze. See you guys next week. We love every one of you.